Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Well, if you've seen our last program, this program is going to start exactly the same with Sergio Marchionne and his great 5-year plan. Yes, Sergio Marchionne puts together a monster 5-year plan for what Fiat Chrysler will be doing over the next 5 years. And this is going to start off with some automobiles that are sold all over the world. First one of those being Alfa Romeo, which is going to make its triumphant return to the United States market. Now, Alfa is actually going to be sold, and we're going to have several models, like 4 or 5 actual models for Alfa is going to be coming here stateside. But they really want to pump up the sales and get it to the end of that 5-year plan to be selling 400,000 units per year, which is a pretty monster put together of actually getting together coming soon. Another manufacturer underneath the Fiat Chrysler umbrella is Maserati. Now Maserati, they're wanting to get this brand up and rolling as well, with upwards of 75,000 units actually being sold of this particular model per year. Now an interesting deal too is Alfa Romeos and Maseratis will be sold here in the United States in the quote-unquote best running or best performing Fiat dealerships all around the country. So that'll be pretty interesting there as well to see who gets those actual plots for these brand new automobiles. Now we're going to talk about another Maserati automobile. This, if you remember this, being the Alfieri Concept. It was actually shown off at the Paris Motor Show. Now, there's something great that's going to be happening very soon, as this vehicle has officially been green-lit and will be coming to a Maserati dealership very, very soon. Now, interestingly enough, as it was shown at the Paris Motor Show, where it had a 4.7-liter normally aspirated V8 out of the Gran Turismo, and speaking of the Gran Turismo, there's a lot of stuff pointing out that this vehicle will be the official replacement for that vehicle. There possibly could be a year where they build them side by side, but that may not actually happen, as this will be its official replacement, depending on actually what they actually call this. If they actually do call this the Gran Turismo, we'll wait and see about that. Now, way back, as I digress, to that 4.7-liter normally aspirated V8, which apparently will not be in the production version, as this vehicle will be V6 powered. Now, we're assuming that this thing's going to have some forced induction, as this vehicle is going to be making 410 brake horsepower and shifting all of its power through the rear wheels. Now, there will be an upgraded version where you can get 450 brake horsepower and another upgraded V6 version that will make 520 brake horsepower, and both of these models will be available in all-wheel drive, so that's pretty doggone exciting. Cannot wait to hear more about this particular automobile coming very, very soon. Now, another brand underneath the Fiat Chrysler umbrella, I may get a lot of hate mail for that particular statement, as it probably stands more alone than anything else, and that is Ferrari. Ferrari's got an interesting situation in the 5-year plan, as there will be a brand new Ferrari for every year in the next 5 years. So every year we're going to get a brand new edition of the Ferrari, and it's going to be very interesting, and oddly enough, the 458 is probably one of the oldest models in the lineup, so we may get a successor, if you will, to the 458. It'll be very, very interesting to see what Ferrari's got up its sleeve for these next models. And another interesting situation, there might be an IPO taken out on Ferrari, a public offering, stocks being sold. Ferrari stocks. That'll be pretty doggone entertaining. Supposedly this may happen at the end of the 5-year plan, but quite possibly if Fiat Chrysler needs a little bit more cash to make this monster plan into action, they may put that into action a lot sooner. It'll be very interesting to see what exactly the real worth of the company, because the current worth of what a lot of folks in the stock world say as it is, Sergio Marchionne seems to think that Ferrari is worth double what they think. So it'll be very interesting moving forward what exactly takes place with this particular brand. Next up on the list, another storied brand, the BMW Bavarian Motor Works, is going to have a brand new M5 for their 30th anniversary of the M5. This vehicle will be a rare dog indeed, as only 300 units will be built for the worldwide consumption, and only 30 of those models are coming to the United States. And this vehicle will be officially the most powerful M5 ever built, the twin turbocharged V8. There's a lot of stuff pointing towards this thing making 600 brake horsepower and shifted through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission and through the rear wheels. Very, very entertaining, and this thing's going to be a rare bird, especially only 30 for the United States. The chances of actually seeing one in the flesh stateside is going to be slim to none. Last up on the list, Jeremy Clarkson. We talked about Mr. Clarkson and his possible racial slur in the last couple of episodes ago. Well, apparently this is getting a little bit more out of hand than it ever could have been, as there's an actual group called Equal Justice that apparently has gone after Mr. Clarkson before. But apparently they're going after something that quite possibly you, as well as me, love quite well, which is the program Top Gear. Apparently they're going to, and they've actually put official documentation together and sent it to every major market and every major country all around the world to get the show officially banned from public airwaves. They've even sent official documentation to the President of the United States. This is some serious stuff and some serious accusations for what quite possibly could be a slip. Again, you can watch the actual video of the slip on the Motor Cars Enthusiast Facebook page and make your decision on what you exactly think Mr. Clarkson may or may not have said. I'm not really going to get into that particular situation. But this deal about banning Top Gear all around the world, I'm seriously got a problem with this particular situation. So we'll wait and see what comes of this, and I will, trust me, I'll stay on top of this, and if I find out anything more, I'll bring it to you guys, or may bring it first out on the Facebook page itself. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Also, not only do we have that video where he may or may not have made a racial slur, there's also the official video that he put out on Twitter as officially apologizing for the whole situation altogether. So if you want to see Mr. Clarkson's apology, it is on the Facebook page as we speak. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. I thank you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.